Hello and welcome to a Manor Lord's playthrough on the challenging settings. In this video, I'll be showing gameplay from starting a new town all the way to reaching the max settlement level within year 5. This will include all aspects with everything from town management and approval to waging war with the Baron. I'll be using strategies for town setup, food production, economy, combat, and basically everything else, which are all from guides right here on my channel. This way you can see how some of these posted guides can be applied in an actual playthrough. I'll go over the Winding River map and once again with the difficulty on challenging. Alright, so here we go. I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so first thing we'll do is take a look at our region here and see where we're at and what we've got as far as resources and such. First thing I'm noticing is that we do have a rich berry deposit right here next to our initial settlement. So we can definitely use that. We'll probably go ahead and use the Berry Easy food production setup that I've got posted on my channel here. Like I said, I'll be aiming to use a lot of strategies and such that I have posted here on guides and such on my channel, and show how they can be really applied in a challenging setting environment. So we'll go ahead and use this here, and it's quite convenient that it happens to be right here next to our starting area. So let's take a quick look at the rest of the region as well. Looks like there's a regular salt deposit far out over there. There's a regular hunting right here, which is also convenient. And there's a rich clay, which we can use for trade. And we've got a stone deposit not too far from our settlement area as well, which is also nice and convenient. So, cool. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and set up a road structure here. So we want to make sure that we don't destroy the berries that are here. So we're going to go ahead and place a forager hut right along here, and we'll kind of rope off this area and make sure that we do not build anything on top of these trees to destroy them. I know a lot of people like to build their housing extensions over the berries and have them in the backyard area, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave them here in the trees. And then we'll go ahead and put a road that kind of extends towards the hunting area as well. So we'll make sure we're not going to build past this road area so we don't disturb the wild animals or the berries. All right, perfect. And then we'll also go ahead and we want to connect to this main road down here. And this will give us access to this trade point that's right over here off the map. So our traveling traders will be able to deliver goods over there, and they won't have to travel too far. We have a decent road access right here from our town area, so that's perfect. All right, cool. So what we're going to need to do to get started is our initial logging camp. We're going to build a second hitching post, a logging camp, and a hunting camp. But like I said, we're going to want to, once we get these resources kind of moved out of the way here, we're going to be building out from this area and be setting up a big food production area, basically right where our homeless tents are and these starting supplies. So we want to get these moved out of the way, and then we can start building out our actual residential area here and food production. So, but like I said, first thing we're going to start with is a logging camp. So we're going to put this basically just right here, right next to our starting area, and we don't want to destroy any trees, so that way they can get these ones that are right next to it. So we're going to place logging camp, and then we're also going to place that additional hitching post right here as well. All right, we'll get these both placed in real quick. There we go. And then, like I said, also a hunting camp, which is free. Doesn't have any construction cost. And we can build it right over here. Okay. Alrighty. Gonna go ahead and order that second oxen. Alright, logging camp's up. We're gonna go ahead and double staff that to get started. Real quick, I'm just gonna double check a couple settings here, make sure that's off. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we don't go into nighttime here and make it hard to see during the video. Alright. Got the Baron trying to send his regards. Alright, we'll go ahead and staff that hunting camp, double up on that real quick, because we want to get our initial 5 hides that will turn into our initial 5 leather for our first 5 families here to have clothing access. Okay, cool. So it looks like they're moving some of these supplies out of the way. Next thing we want to do here is we're going to get up a couple more production buildings and storage buildings. We're going to get saw pit and then also our storehouse and granary. But we need this area to get cleared out here. Like I said, we're going to put the granary right here. And then our storehouse won't be too far away. But for now, we'll go ahead and put saw pit. This logging area is going to eventually be moved. So we're going to go ahead and put this saw pit a little bit farther down here. This is going to be more regular production, and we'll have foresters' huts over here replanting trees, and then we'll have trade and such going on over here as well. So we're going to go ahead and put the saw pit over here in anticipation of that. Because like I said, we will be using this area very soon to set up our food production center. Okay. And then we're going to put a storehouse right over here, right next to this. And for now, let's go ahead and put a temporary road right here so they can get these supplies over there quicker. Okay, we've almost got we've got 4 hides, so we're almost done with what our hunters need to get done here off the bat. We're gonna reassign them to something else. So we got our first 5 hides here, so we're gonna go ahead and reassign. I'm going to put one of these guys on the saw pit. We need to get planks under production as soon as possible. And then we're also going to get this storehouse staffed real quick as well with this other hunting family. Move them to the storehouse. And I just want them to get these initial set of supplies here put away. These ones that are on the ground right here. Need them to get put away. Okay. That was... That icon over here was bugged out for a second. We got it to go away, though. Alright, so we got this stuff going. They're putting away these supplies. Next up, we're going to be making this granary. I also want them to move this hitching post out of this area real quick as well. Okay, so, but we do need to get the granary going, so I'm going to go ahead and plot this right here. And we'll get granary. Granary will go, yeah, right here. That'll be good. Perfect. Alright, looks like they're getting these supplies put away. Hopefully we can get this granary up as soon as possible. Alright, we're gonna stop on the saw pit real quick because we've got building tasks going on here. Need to get this done. And looks like they've fully gotten away all the supplies here from the storehouse. We're going to unassign them as well. We need this granary to get done. Otherwise, looks like rain's coming and we could lose some of this bread here, which, you know, isn't the end of the world, but it would be great if we could get some of it stored away. Looks like we lost a few of it there. It's all good, though. Alright, we're going to get this staffed up and have them get this bread put away. Get rid of this road here. We'll restaff the saw pit again as well. I'm going to go ahead and set a reserve amount. Just make sure we have a few available to build things. And then we're also going to go ahead at this point move the logging camp over here. Like right here should be good. Alrighty. Perfect. So we got all that put away here in the granary as well. So we're going to take them off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build out the rest of this area here, this residential area. Let's see, real quick, I need to get these hitching posts moved over there. Whoops. I'm going to get these moved over here as well towards the new logging camp. Get them out of the way. Alright, good. So we're going to set up some of this initial area here, this central housing, residential, and food production area right here. And this is going to be critical for the overall setup in the town. We do need this homeless tent to get out of the way here too. We'll deal with that in a sec. We need to get the first 5 houses set up, at least 5 houses here set up in order to get this homeless tent moved out of the way. Yeah, we can't move it or anything. So we're going to go ahead and... because I know these areas are going to be taken up for our big backyard areas. We're going to plot in orchards and veggies along these areas right here. So we can put additional housing somewhere farther down the line over here, at least just for now. We really need to get this homeless tent out of the way. Let's take a look. There is water right here, underground water right here as well, which is actually really nice. So we'll go ahead and put one right here and one right here. And then we'll put 2 houses in on this side that will be actually set up properly for the food production. And then that way the homeless tent will go away, and then we'll be able to add the rest of the stuff over here for the other 2 massive backyard extension areas. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this one in. So we're going to make an area that's basically just big enough for the double housing extension. The double housing plot, excuse me, in the front area like that. And we'll pull out a big extension like this that fans out into a wider area. And we'll go ahead and section off like this. And then we're going to go ahead and use the crop tool here to check out the size. 1.2 Morgan. So it's a little, we'll want to go a little bigger. We're aiming more for like 1.5. So we'll kind of expand this out even a little more. And let's check out what this looks like now for size. 1.6. Okay, that's fine. So, you know, a little bigger than like I said, but that's going to be good. Okay, so there's one area plotted out, and then we'll go ahead and put the second one right here. So that. Let's just double check that this will these are good sizes for the double house in the front. This one is potentially a little small. Oh no, perfect. That one's like a perfect size. Okay, excellent. Alright, so then we can do the same thing here. And let's go ahead and take a look at the size. 1.7. So that's a little big. Shave it down just a little bit. And once again, what I'm doing here, this is part of a guide on my channel here for easy food layout setups. And just basically doing exactly what I've laid out in the guide, and just, you know, showing how it can be applied here in a realistic setting on challenging settings. Cool. So we've got these last 2 housing areas right here ready to go. Real quick, let's go ahead and check our assignments. We've got that going. That's good. Okay, so we also, next thing we're going to need to get up is these, yeah, these houses are coming up, obviously, but we also need to get a tannery. Let's put high priority on this logging camp here. And we'll reassign 2 people to the logging camp there. Good. Alright, and then we'll take people off the saw pit for now, because we've got other building tasks going on, and the all of our oxens are busy. Alright, so one's going to go here. And one's going to go here. And once again, these are for big backyard areas for food production. Alright, so we need a couple more logs to be able to fill that in. perfect. There we go. Excellent. So once this all comes in, then we'll get rid of this. The homeless tents will be done. And we'll be able to start really expanding the town and taking the next steps forward here. So we're getting towards the end of spring. We've got a lot of our initial setup here. We're looking good. We have a lot of, we have our storage buildings set up ready to build market stalls. So we still need to get that tannery up so we can convert our hides into leather for our initial clothing. And then we're going to need to assign people here to the gathering berries or a little more food for, or a little more meat for food. And then we're going to need to start getting up firewood cutting as well. All right, so let's go ahead and start working on that. We can assign to the one to the forager hut so we get some berries coming in. Since our last couple houses are almost done here. And we've only got two of the ox available, so 2 unassigned families is good to be able to guide them around for the moment and make sure that we get rid of the rest of these supplies and get these houses finished up. And we're going to get our first development point coming in here as well. Our settlement with our first 5 houses. So we're going to take the orchards first thing, and we're going to try to get these plotted in as soon as possible. So like I said, we're going to grab the orchard town point for our first one. Alright, so next thing is, like I said, we need the tannery to get a clothing supply. And let's go ahead and put that, like over here. So once again, we just want to make sure we don't build too close to these berries over here and destroy that area. So tannery right around over here should be fine. Alright, that's good like that. We'll get that in. Alright, and now, like I said, now that those homeless camps are gone, we can go ahead and build out the rest of this area here. So we're going to put the market area is going to be right here. So you're noticing we've got all this food production, granary, and then marketplace all right next to each other. So we've got a very centralized... There we go, that's perfect. So we've got a very centralized market and food production area and storage. So everything will be moving along very, very efficiently. Alright, cool. So we've got that set up right there. So now we're going to do the same thing on this side and add a couple more housing plots right here, basically the same way. So let's go ahead and go like that. And looks like we'll need to expand out potentially like this a little bit, since the angle that we went over here isn't quite wide enough, so we'll need to go out a bit like this maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the size of this. Okay, that's a little big, obviously 1.9, so we'll shave off a bit here on the end. Okay, check again. Alright, 1.5 on the dot, that's perfect. So we can go ahead and get another housing plot right here. There we go. And this tannery is getting done here as well. Alright, and then we just need to get our last housing extension in right here. So we had a little bit of an awkward angle here due to the angle we had to take on setting off the limits for the hunting and the berries. But we can, we're just going to make a little adjustment here and we'll still be able to make it work, no problem at all. So let's go ahead and do it like this. Like I said, the main thing is making sure that you've got this double housing extension, or the double housing in the beginning, so that you get the maximum amount of families that will live here on this plot to be able to work the plot. Cool. So this one's just going to end up being more of a square instead of the other ones, more of like a slice of pizza kind of thing. But we'll make this one kind of a big square, which will also be good. So let's take a look at what size we're looking at here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a little big. 2 Morgan. So we'll slice off a little bit of the end over here. See how this looks now. 1.5 on the dot. Perfect. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get this house right here. It doesn't make the size the best. Maybe we should make it a little bigger because it's going to shave off a little bit for the house area on this side since we've got a little bit of an awkward shape here, you know. So we'll just make it just slightly bigger just to account for that. Alright, that should be fine. Like that. Alright, cool. So there's our central, you know, you can see we've got these big 4 plots right here that'll be for 2 veggies and 2 apple backyard extensions. And then we've got a big berry production, and then the storage and the marketplace all in the center here. And then we've got resource production and trade, and then additional residential area and stuff will be right over here. So we've got a nice efficient setup in works here. So in my opinion, the initial structure, taking the time to set up a nice initial structure here in the beginning is what really sets you up for success in the long run. So, you know, taking a little extra time here to make sure all that goes smoothly is crucial. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure real quick we got to move this work area to like over here, for example. We do not want them to be cutting down these trees. That's getting dangerously close to cutting down some of these trees in the berry area and ruining that. So gotta make sure we move that work area. Like over here, we'll build them a road. Excellent. All right, cool. So next things we're going to be working on here is we're going to assign someone to the tannery, get our initial clothing supply. We had 5 hides. I guess they got destroyed by the weather or something, potentially. Okay, so we need to generate a few more, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so we're going to move on to another couple building tasks. We got our last house coming in here. That's good for that central area. So we want a forester's hut and a woodcutter's lodge for firewood over here in this area as well. So we'll go ahead and put that right here. And we'll get to firewood cutter, like, right over here. Perfect. And then immediately after that, we're going to get trade. We're going to get a trading post set up right after that. So we'll go ahead and put that trading post, like, right over here. Yeah, I think like right down the road here should be fine. Yep, that'll be good right there. Alright, so we're looking good, we're looking good. We've got a solid amount of food. I'm going to move these guys now over to, we need to get a little more firewood stacked up. Once again, we're going to put their work area over here. Make sure we don't cut down any of these berries. And before the year comes to a close, we're going to make sure that we get this forester's hut going as well. Start planting some trees. But we need to get some income real quick because we need 100 coin to plant our first 2 orchards, and we would ideally like to get that done before we roll into September here. So we have like 2 months of time here. So we're going to get someone assigned to the trading post. Okay, we've got plenty of hides racked up there, so we're going to take these guys, move them to the trading post, and we need to get these some of these planks stocked up. So we're going to go export on the planks, and we're just going to get those up stocked up here in the trading post, and we need to start generating a little bit of revenue. Like I said, we need to get hopefully up to 100 coin, ideally before we roll into fall here, so we can get our 2 initial orchards planted in, and they can start maturing the trees. Okay, so things are looking good at the moment. Let's see. There we go. So we just started to make a couple a sale there real quick for planks, and let's just make sure that they're not idle. So I think they've stocked up everything they can. So we need to produce some more. So now we're going to move them to the saw pit, and let's get some more planks produced, and then we'll get some more stocked. And we're already up to 50, so I'm going to go ahead and plot in our first apple orchard. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do that on this one over here for now. First one, apple orchard over here. Perfect. So these trees are going to start maturing, and they'll have plenty of time to do so. So that's great. Also going to take one of these people. We have a good amount of logs now. I'm going to take them and put them on the storehouse. I want to make sure that we get this stuff put away. I think we have these hides sitting here at the hunting camp, and I don't want them to get destroyed. And actually, same thing with our food. I'm going to get the granary stocked as well, real quick. Once we have a decent amount of planks here, we're going to get the trading post supplied again as well. Alright, looks like they got those hides put away. That's what we wanted. So we're going to move these guys to the trading post. And we're going to have them make sure that they get those planks stocked up there again. And we need 50 more coin for our second orchard here. And we just rolled into August, so hopefully we can get that done here, you know, within this month, essentially. Okay. And next thing we're going to have to start thinking ahead about is the church. Because we need that for our approval rating here. You can notice we're kind of hovering. You know, we're okay for now, but we do need to start supplying. We do need to start creating market stalls and then building a church and getting all the approval needs taken care of here. Alright, so this is all stocked up. We've got 45 planks on here. That's fine. We're going to take them off for now. We're just going to leave them on there so that as the minor traders come around, they can go ahead and purchase that. And we need to get other things going. So we need to get these hides that we have. They need to get converted into leather, like I said, for our initial clothing supply. I'm going to go ahead and turn on market stall creation for this granary, and we're going to have them get a food stall. Okay. And we're going to move these people from the saw pit over to the storehouse. And we're going to have them create a market stall for common goods for clothing and firewood. And now we've got a decent amount of firewood stocked up, 5 months worth. So we're going to move these guys as well to a different task, and we're going to put them to the logging camp since we took away our loggers earlier. So we'll get that going again. And looks like we just made a sale right there, and we just passed 50, so we have our next 50. So we're going to go ahead and put this second orchard in over here. And we got both of these plotted in before we hit September of the first year, so that's perfect. So they will be maturing. The process of them maturing will be started before the first fall rolls in here. So that's exactly what we wanted. And now we're focused on growing our approval rating so that we can start growing our population in the town. So things are going really well so far. Hopefully you guys are following along and things aren't too confusing. But, you know, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask in the comments. And once again, you know, I'm trying to use strategies here that are posted in guides and such on my channel as well. If if you want a more detailed edited insight, you know, into all these kind of things, and the strategies and such. Cool. All right, so we're done at the tannery, I think, right? All that's converted into leather. So we're gonna go ahead and move these guys now over to the forester's hut, and I want to get trees planted around these area before we get into winter, and then we cannot replant during winter. Alright, and then like I said, we're going to be thinking ahead. Next thing, main thing is about the church, and we have the materials for it already. So we're going to put the church, this should go in an easily accessible area, because you know, our people will be going here constantly to pray, and we don't want them to have to go super far out of the way to do so. Oh, we need to assign a new work area for these guys to have more trees. Okay, so I think right here should be fine, where we were previewing it right here. This is pretty central, and our people that live in these food production buildings and stuff don't have to travel too far for that either. And I'm thinking we'll probably move the tannery Now that we got those initial leather built, or produced, excuse me, we're going to use this area. We're going to clear this area out in anticipation of this will be for a tavern. So that's the other thing that we need in a central location. We'll move these hitching posts out of the way as well. And then our tavern will end up going right here once we clear out these resources. So that way with the tavern and the church and water wells and all this stuff is all centralized, and our workers will not have to travel far if they need to go pray or get water or get a drink, and it won't interrupt the productivity of their tasks too much. Okay. So our approval's starting to rise now because we've got, as we can see, we've got food, firewood, and clothing supplied for our initial sets of houses here. We can go ahead and set a little bit of overstock here to make sure that they stay ahead of the game. Okay. But yeah, things are looking very good right now. Approval's slowly climbing. Once this church comes in here too, then approval will really start to rise, and we'll be growing our town. And we're very, like I said, in my opinion, spending that little bit of extra time and effort in the beginning setup, we've got this infrastructure here all set up. This is going to be very strong for the long run. So that little bit of extra, effort and time that we put there in the beginning is going to pay off. And having those two orchards placed ahead of time like that as well is also going to pay off. Those maturing, getting the process of these maturing as soon as possible. All right, church is almost done, so our approval will definitely be rising now. Looking good. All right. Next thing we'll go ahead and do is upgrade this storehouse. Upgrading the storehouse and the granary is critical for logistics in the town. Obviously, increased storage capabilities, but then you also they gain more hand carts available at the storage buildings once they get upgraded, which significantly increases the efficiency at which they can move around goods throughout the town, right? So definitely want to get that. Perfect. Things are still looking good. We still have planks here a little bit stocked. We will want to get a bit more stocked soon, though, because we don't want them to run out. Let's take a look and make sure these guys still are planting. Good. You do need to kind of micromanage these foresters' huts a little bit, because they can... The planting area is a little small, so got to kind of keep moving it around sometimes manually like that to make sure that they continually plant in available areas. But as you can see now, look, like I said, our approval's in the green now. We're steadily climbing now, so we'll definitely be starting to grow the town very soon. All right, so the last of our planks sold there, so we do need to get this restocked here on the trading post. We'll go ahead and use our logging camp is full currently, so we'll go ahead and use these guys real quick. Get them reassigned to the trading post. And we need to restock another set of planks here. Okay, so we also need to think ahead about we're going to need to build the manor here very soon, so we need to get more stone. We're obviously have the capability to produce more planks, but we need stone, right? So we're going to go ahead and set up stonecutter camp. And real quick, I remember the stone wasn't too far, right? Oh yeah, it's right over here. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and put that stonecutter camp right here is fine for now. We'll get that going, and we're thinking ahead about we're getting our materials for our manor. That's the next big thing that we need to build here. And we're also going to get another hitching post right here next to our trading post, and we're going to order a horse as we think about starting to ramp up the trade in the town. Okay. Cool. We already even have houses ready to be upgraded to level 2, so we can get that second development point pretty soon, but we do need more we do need more construction materials. Looks like we stocked up all those planks, so we're going to reassign these guys to the soffit, and we need to produce more planks. Okay, planks are getting produced again. Should be able to finish this construction here now. Alright, Stonecutter Camp is up as well. Alright, looks like our horse just arrived too, so we're going to go ahead and assign that to the trading post. There we go, so we've got a dedicated horse for trade now. And we're right on the verge of getting people moving in here. I think next month it'll start happening, so as we move into year 2, the full entire year, we'll be getting pop growth. Okay, so we've got... Looks like they're almost... We set a reserve of 10, so they're almost through. Once they finish this last bit of the timbers here, one left, then we'll take these guys off. And they'll be done with producing planks for now. Okay. Move them back to the trading post, get that restocked again. So we have a bunch of planks, and we're going to go ahead and set a reserve now. Large reserve of planks. Because we're going to transition to selling other stuff here pretty soon. But I do want them to stock up a bit more here before we move on from that. As we're in winter here now, our people who are at the forester's hut cannot replant, so we're going to put them back to the logging camp. We need to get more logs coming in since we used most of our supply for more planks there. Okay, and so our next settlement level, we need to get that coming in now, is a next big goal as well. So we're going to upgrade 2 houses here. And we're going to go ahead and get the charcoal for the next development point, and that's where we're going to start selling big amounts of charcoal for big trade. Alright, we're going to take these guys off the trading post there real quick, and we're going to get stone coming in, because once again we're thinking about building the manor, so we do need stone for that as well. Okay, and let's build them actually a road real quick that comes out to this stone so that they can access it easier. Alright, looks like we're starting to get pop growth now. We got a new family moving in as we came into January now. Perfect. Excellent. So now we have an additional family available for more tasks. So let's get them to the woodcutter lodge, because like I said, what we're going to do is get charcoal to start selling charcoal. So we need to start ramping up our production on firewood in anticipation of creating a bunch of charcoal, and we're going to be trading a bunch of charcoal. So there we go. We got an additional development point, so we're going to go ahead and take this one right here, just like I said, charcoal. There we go. So of course we'll be building a charcoal kiln here as well. And we're going to build that basically just right here, right next to the trading post. So once again, we have a very centralized setup here with wood cutting. We have trees being planted up here. We got the firewood, and then we've got the storage, the trading post, and the charcoal all very close to each other. Alright, looks like we need to adjust our work area for the wood cutting again over here. No problem. There we go. Excellent. Alright, so we're thinking ahead about selling that charcoal, so we're going to go ahead and go here Charcoal, we're going to purchase that major trade route, which costs 50 coin, which we have from selling those planks early on, which was easy. So we're going to have that once we start getting that under production here. We're going to have that starting to get stocked up. So our goal here was to get enough stone for the manor, which we have enough. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. So we're going to get the manor built. And we can put that... Let's put that just right out here. I think this is probably as good a spot as any. Just go ahead and go for that. It's not really too big of a deal. We just don't want it to be too far away for them to take too long to deliver all the building materials. We should get another family moving in here as well. Excellent. All right. So once this manor is done, then we're gonna start assigning more people to this whole operation with the wood cutting, replanting of the trees, producing charcoal, and the trading post, and our economy is really going to start ramping up. But we need this manor to get done here first and foremost. Let's build, it looks like they're dragging logs from over here. Let's build a road. Once this manor's done, then that's the last like really big like building task that we have. So then we won't really have to have free workers constantly available for much else. Or at least like, you know, multiple amounts. Looks like they're done with the wood. Alright, so they're bringing over the last of the stone, and then this manor should be coming in pretty soon here. Looks like they're got the rest of the building materials over here delivered. And as you notice, see, I've got 3 unassigned families currently for this building task, because when they have to haul over, you know, bunches of timber, planks, stone, and all that, it takes a lot of labor for them to carry all of these goods over here. So I like to have extra families available for these building tasks. All right, so we got the we got to start thinking ahead about raiders coming to attack our town here pretty soon. All right, so manor's built, and that's why we're starting to ramp up economy and stuff, so then we can start getting mercenaries and expanding our military as well, right? So okay, so all of that's done. So now, like I said, we're really going to be focusing on, we're going to get someone on charcoal. We're going to start producing charcoal big time, and then we're going to start selling charcoal big time. So we're also going to turn off plank. We're not going to sell planks anymore. We're really just going to focus on selling large amounts of charcoal. So once we get some of that produced here and ready to sell, we're going to staff up that trading post and get that going. Okay, so what else do we need? In the meantime, we have an additional family that we can assign here. So we're coming into spring here, right? So let's go ahead and, yeah, our berry deposit's going to come into season here any moment. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. While we wait for that, we'll put them on the hunting just for a sec. Oh, there, it came in right there. So I'm going to move them to the berries. There we go. We're also going to put this herb garden on here too. The herb garden helps out a lot, keeping workers available in case they get sick. Having herbs around helps a lot, so they can get healed and then go back to work. And then we'll also probably want to replant more trees over here as well. Get our forester's hut staffed up again. Next thing, we should be getting more. Oh, we need to expand, actually. Forgot about that. We need to expand a couple of these living spaces as we do not have an additional spot for someone to move in. So we got 10 days or whatever till the next month, so we should get that done here. No problem. There we go. Perfect. While we're at it, we'll expand these other 2 as well. All of these need to have, as we noted earlier on, having the double housing area for these ones in the middle for the food production is critical, so get all those doubled up there. We're starting to get charcoal coming in here, so that's going to be the next thing that when our next family moves in here, we're going to get them on the trading post. Start selling that charcoal. And then after that, forester's hut, start getting trees planted all around, keeping up with having trees available all around this area. Alright, so there we go. Assign that family there. Let's just double check our settings here for the exporting of the charcoal. We don't need any surplus available, so just set that, just sell the maximum amount. There we go. So these guys should constantly be selling big loads of charcoal now at this point, and our economy should be ramping up big time now. Charcoal is the absolute best thing to sell in the game, and highly recommend that you guys do the same strategy for your economy. Once again, that's another video that I have here on my channel that covers that. Charcoal is incredibly powerful for your economy. And, you know, just logistics-wise, once again, as always, keeping everything in close proximity to one another is what really makes the efficiency and the productivity levels skyrocket. So we should be making big sales. They should be keeping maximum amounts of charcoal stocked and exporting to those trade points, which is, you know, as we noted when we first got the region, is also, you know, it's right here. It's not far either. So they should be making big sales constantly. So we'll see that starting to come in here very soon. We have 5 regional wealth right now. So just take a look at how this starts to ramp up. We just made 100 right there as we're talking about it. So there's our first indicator. All right, so we're getting plenty of berries coming in, which is perfect. We should be getting another family moving in here now. There it is. Like I said, now we're going to get foresters set. We want them to start. We need to make sure that they're constantly replanting trees around this area to keep our logging and firewood operation at the max capacity. Keep charcoal produced constantly. We're just going to be selling. And as we can see, you know, our apple trees, you know, like I said, since we got those going, planted in there very early on, we can see they are definitely, you know, they're on their way maturing already, which is perfect. We do need to think ahead about more housing even. Expanding our available living spaces. So I think we can add one more right here. Yep. And then we can add another row right here after that. Yeah, that should be fine. You see, we just made another big sale. We're already up to 350 regional coin now. All right, we're gonna put some double housing lots right here. All right, so we've got a good amount of housing coming in. That should last us a decent while. But our primary goal, like I said, was getting these ones extended in the middle area, first and foremost. Getting these maxed out. We need families to be moving into these 2 lots here as well now. So we've got 2 families here on this one. And we need 2 families to move in here as this one. And we're going to turn these both into vegetable plots. And we need the families living here so they can work the vegetable plots, basically. So there's someone should move in here now, hopefully. Looks like we did get another family. Alright, let's put this new family on hunting temporarily, because we do need more hides. A second food source for us to have for approval for a little bit here would be great as well. But we do need more hides for more clothing supply as well, as we're getting more families moving in. We only had 8 initially. So we'll get more hides coming in here, produce more leather for more clothing as we expand the town. There, we just made another big sale, 250. Look, we're already up over 600 regional coin. So as you can see, our economy is zooming now just with the charcoal. So we're looking very strong. And we can start considering, you know, a little bit of taxation as well. Just a small amount to start out. We just needed to think ahead about having a little bit available in case we need to hire mercenaries to defend our town from raiders or the Baron, or start pressing claim on, you know, additional regions and stuff like that. Alright, so we're starting to get more hides coming in just like we wanted. Perfect. Let's make sure our foresters hut guys are still having areas to plant. Make sure they're still actively planting and not just constantly looking for a planting spot, which kind of looks like they are currently. Let's move the area over here. And our woodcutter for the firewood needs a new work zone as well. So we'll add one for them right over there. Okay. Okay, we got 8 more hides in here. We got a little bit more meat too. Okay, we did get a new family to move in there. We destroyed our original tannery, I'm remembering now, actually. So let's go ahead and place a new one. Because we wanted to free up this area for anticipation of the tavern. So we'll get a new tannery put up, and then we'll make these new hides into leather. Let's bump up the taxes just a couple more percent here. We have over 800 regional coin now. Okay, tannery's up. Let's get that staffed, and we'll convert these new hides that we're getting here into leather. Okay, it looks like they're done hunting there for now. We'll take them off. Alright. Trees are starting to come in here from our forester's hut replanting around here. That's perfect. Looks like they are planting... Hopefully still planting in this area. Yep. Just got to keep an eye. Like I said, you got to kind of keep an eye on the forester's huts and kind of micromanage their work zones sometimes. Hoping they'll make it just a little more, you know, the work zone hopefully will be bigger at some point. It's a little small, in my opinion, at the current moment. But it's not the end of the world. Just something to keep an eye on, you know. Alright, so they're almost done with these hides here. So we're up to almost basically at 1,000 regional coin now. Alright, so they are done with the hides now, converting them. See, just real quick, you can see, like, see these guys that work at the tannery. So this person's, you know, in the middle of, you know, he's supposed to be making hides into leather, but then they go to pray. But since we have the church right here in very close proximity, it doesn't, you know, really cut in too much into their productivity. But anyways, they are done with the hides, so we'll take them off. Alright. So we're looking really good. We're going to start also thinking ahead about getting our materials ready for upgrading to level 3 housing. So we're going to need roof tiles, and also we can use this for even more trade options as well. But we have this rich clay deposit over here, so we're going to go ahead and get this clay mine put in. And we're going to think ahead about a clay mine and a clay furnace, which means we're also going to need a bit more stone. So let's go ahead and assign someone to the stonecutter camp, and we'll get this mining pit here, and we'll start gathering a bit of clay in anticipation of upgrading to level 3 housing with needing the clay roof tiles. And then since this is a rich clay deposit right here too, we can also sell additional clay roof tiles, since we'll have plenty obviously available. So that's another thing that we can sell on top of the charcoal for more strong income. But as you can see, we've got plenty of regional coin. We've got a little bit of treasury starting to come in just from minimal taxation, which means it should be enough to, like, we've got 50 treasury, which means we could hire either one of these mercenary groups if we needed in a pinch, you know, even at the very early stages here. And we've still quite a bit of time until raiders come to attack our town, or the Baron were to press claim on our region. So we're ahead of the game on that as well. And we've got this mining pit done, so we'll staff that up and start gathering some charcoal. Alright, so the berries are done for the season, so we'll take them off of there. Alright, so like I said, we needed a bit of that stone. Looks like we have the stone that we need, and we're going to build this clay furnace. This is going to go over here as well. Just, yeah, somewhere around this area is fine. This should be good. I think that still leaves enough room for the tavern, right? Let's just double check. Yep. Alright, cool. Actually, let's put the clay furnace right over here, right next to the trading post, because like I said, we're going to also sell the roof tiles as well, right? So we'll put that right there, and then it's also a little closer to the deposit and still close to the storehouse and everything, so that's perfect. Okay, we still have a few open housing spaces as well. Make sure we constantly have areas for new people to move in. Alright, so we have actually the capability to take this, another bandit camp spawn right here is very close to our region right now. Like I said, we do have a little bit of regional coin. So let's take a look. Let's see if maybe we can hire these guys and use them to go get that bandit camp there. Where are these guys at? Alright, the bandit camp's over here. So we're going to get them to head that way and see if we can hopefully get here before the Barons guys get here, which are somewhere on the map. Not sure where they're at. Oh, they're over here. So yeah, see, they're a little ahead of us. So if we put these guys on sprint, maybe they can get over here ahead of time, and we can get in on this bandit camp and get some of the influence points and the treasury from it as well. But we can't afford these guys more than a month currently, so we just got to make sure that they get this done within a month, otherwise we're going to need to let them go. But we've got them headed over there, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's get back to our town here. Clay furnace is up. We've got some clay starting to come in as well, so that's good. So we've got that set up in anticipation of selling the clay roof tiles and using them to upgrade our houses as well. Alright, so we're coming into September here, which means our people who live on these orchard plots, they will now be able to harvest apples. Let's make sure that these guys are freed up from other jobs, because I want them to focus on gathering these apples currently. So these guys are on a forester's hut and warehouse worker, so we're going to take them off and we're going to have different people work those jobs. Let's find someone else who's freed up if we can. Unassigned right here. We're going to put these guys on the storehouse. We need that one, definitely. We don't need to restaff the forester's hut for now. That's fine. And let's double check these guys over here. Unassigned and minor. Let's take this guy off the minor real quick. So our 4 families that live on the orchards here are currently unassigned, so hopefully they'll focus on gathering the apples here, and that'll get us a decent amount for a second food source here. And like I said, we got these plotted in before the first fall came around, so the process of them maturing started very early on. So we'll get, you know, obviously it's not going to be a maximum amount here, but we'll get even a decent amount, even just for the starting out before they're fully mature, which will be enough just to, as you can see, we have a very large amount of berries already. And if we add, you know, even just a decent amount of apples on top of that, that adds a second food variety. You know, as our town is smaller in population earlier on here, it'll last a decent amount of time. Let's check in here real quick. Looks like we did make it to the bandit camp. Did we... Oh yeah, looks like we did engage in the battle because we got the influence points there, and then we're going to take the bandit camp here real quick as well. There we go. Treasury. So we took the treasury from that. We're going to let these guys go. Alright, cool. So we went ahead and got that bandit camp, so we got a little boost in our influence points and the treasury there from getting out there and taking that bandit camp, since we had enough to hire a mercenary group there. Alright. And as we can see, once again, you know, we've got a decent amount of apples here building up. It's not bad at all. Once we finish here through September, then we're going to assign a bunch of people to a bunch of other jobs here again. And we'll probably get our vegetable plots put in here as well. And have them get working on that. If we can find... Yeah, this person's unassigned. Let's manually put them on the mining pit over here. Alright, we're most of the way through September. See, we're getting a decent look. I mean, you can see for yourselves. I mean, this is the first fall after the first year, or, excuse me, the second fall. But the first one after we plotted them in before the initial fall, right? So, I mean, this is the first harvest, and I mean, as you can see, we're going to get into triple digits here, even just on our first harvest, while the trees are not matured, you know, nearly fully matured at all, and we're getting very solid harvest amounts here. And this will last us to have a second food variety option for, you know, for the next year until we, you know, basically we have a reliable source of second food variety now from here on out. Alright, so we're in October now, so these guys are done. They can't harvest apples anymore, but as you can see, we got into triple digits there easily. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we want these guys, so firewood cutter, we're going to take this guy off, firewood cutter. And then this other house over here, we got trader and unassigned. All right, so these guys are going to go off the trader. Let's build a corpse pit. Like right over here is fine. And I know people like to do this, you know, somewhat different ways. There's a few different ways you can approach this. I like to have the people who work on the vegetable plots. I just like to have them assigned to a corpse pit or to the church as gravediggers. Personally, it's just a heavy, it's heavy convenience factor. That just means that they're constantly off the labor pool available for assigning other jobs in general, and then it just means that they're assigned to a job as a gravedigger that has no priority or nothing to do, and that means that any time that they have a task to do here on their vegetable farm, that will be their priority and they will focus on that. So that's just my preference. I like to do it that way. But anyways, so now we have that set up. So our full food production area is done now. As you can see, we've got the two massive vegetable areas and the two massive orchard areas, and it's right next to the rich berries, the granary, and the market. Let's go ahead and get these other two houses upgraded to level 2 as well. And then we also need to add additional housing space here on these ones because we only have one additional housing area currently to keep having expansion areas for more people to move in. Alright, so we do need to, now that we got these guys off the labor pool, we do need to reassign those other jobs, right? So we had a trader, so we need to put someone back on trade, and we need to put someone back on the woodcutter. And we can put someone temporarily on the forester's hut again here, have them replant until we get into winter. And then we have one more free person, which we can put on the clay furnace and start to produce, because we've got a little bit of clay starting to come in now and start to produce these roof tiles. And then we'll start selling them and using them to upgrade to level 3 housing soon. Alright, and our economy is very strong. We can bump up the taxes even a little bit more now. Let's go up a couple more percent. Okay, so as you can see, we've got very strong economy now. Good amount of treasury, good amount of regional wealth, all that's looking really good. So we're more than ready for combat and everything as well by the end of year 2. So yeah, like I said, I really hope you guys are able to see, you know, I feel like the approaches I'm taking here, I try to make them very practical and realistic and, you know, just reasonable, simplified approaches. You know, as you can see, this is on the challenging settings, which is, you know, currently the hardest settings. And, you know, everything's going very smoothly. We're set up very well. And, you know, honestly, everything from the beginning stages are the hardest part, in my opinion, in this game. So if you take the extra time to, you know, set yourself up for success in those beginning stages, it's a domino effect that will last you, you know, into the later stages as well. All right. Yeah, we're looking very solid on everything, to be honest. So the next thing we're going to be thinking about is starting to, we need to get the church upgraded, and then we need an additional clothing source and ale supplied, and that's what's going to let us upgrade to the level 3 housing. So we're going to need those roof tiles, which we have. We're going to need more stone as well. So when we get another family here, we're going to get them assigned to bringing in more stone in anticipation of upgrading this church here, which looks like we just got them to move in. So we'll get them assigned Stonecutter Camp. We'll get more stone coming in. And Forester's Hut is also done now. They can't do anything during winter, so we'll double up on that Stonecutter Camp and get that stone that we need. We need 25 in order to upgrade the church. So we'll get that upgraded. And then as far as the clothing and the ale, we're just going to import that at the trading post. So we're not worried about that too much, other than, you know, just economy needs to stay strong. And then we're also going to get that tavern place right here, which is the spot that we designated and made sure we left available earlier, which is a central area that everyone will have easy access to. So we'll put that there. Tavern's coming in, church is getting upgraded, and then we'll start importing ale and clothing. We'll probably just import the barley and do the production of the ale ourselves. But we'll definitely be importing clothing. So we'll actually go ahead and take care of that right now. So we'll go here to commodities. We're going to go here to clothes. As you can see, the clothes has the most reasonable price for unlocking the trade route for the secondary version of the variety. So we'll go ahead and establish that trade route, and we'll go import. And let's just put a surplus of 10 for now. So we'll just kind of get a little bit of clothing supply imported just for the moment. Alright, looks like we got the stone that we need. So we'll take these people off Stonecutter Camp. We need a bit more planks again. We'll go ahead and get saw pit staffed up, and then we'll be ready to upgrade this church here. And let's slow down on the taxes there. Looks like we dropped a little bit too low on approval, and we're fine on. We have more than enough treasury than we need at the moment, to be honest. So we'll just drop that down really low again, and we're gonna be spending more regional coin on importing stuff anyway. So we've got a decently established treasury and whatnot, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so we can go ahead and get this upgrade for the church going. There we go. Let's set a reserve here on the charcoal so they don't sell every bit of it. Okay. Alright, so as we can see, we got those clothes imported because now these houses have that second variety. They have this fulfilled now. Excellent. So now basically all they need is ale, as we can see. And then we'll be ready for level 3 housing. So that's going to be the next thing that we're going to think about. Alright, this church upgrade is getting finished here. It's done. Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and ramp up... let's ramp up the production of these clay roof tiles. Because we're going to start selling those as well. So let's get another person assigned to the clay furnace. Because we have clay around, we just need more production on the roof tiles. So let's ramp up that. We'll get a second person assigned there. And let's put some overstock amounts here for our market and our production and stuff. We're also going to need more people assigned to the storehouses and granaries soon to get more coverage on the market stalls as well. I'm going to take off the plank person real quick. We need to get a few more stone because I forgot earlier we still haven't upgraded our granaries. We do need to get that done here as well. So we're going to get a few more stone so we can get that done. And we're going to have raiders coming here, it looks like 10 days. Right, so we're ready for that. So let's go ahead and think ahead and get some mercenaries ready for that. So either one of these will be fine. Let's grab these guys. Alright, so we got some mercenaries. We're going to get these guys headed over towards our town. So they can be ready to defend if we have raiders coming to attack. Alright, perfect. Looks like we still have a couple more free housing spaces, but we're going to have to think ahead about that as well, with maybe even, you know, keep expanding a few more, obviously. Alright, we can add a few more right here. Oh, a few more double plots right there is good. Excellent. Alright, there's also a bandit camp out here. Let's take a look where that's at. It's near our region. I'm not sure if we'll be able to take the bandit camp and defend our region, but we can go ahead and try. So we'll grab this other secondary. We'll grab another mercenary group too and see what we can do here. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at where these guys are at here. Okay. So all of our forces are kind of on the eastern side of the map here, so they've got a ways to get over here. So not sure if we'll make it in time, but we'll certainly try, obviously. Okay. So we'll get these guys headed over here, put them on sprint. And we have our other mercenary companies heading over here to defend the town as well. But we've got, like I said, we've got plenty of treasury and whatnot, so it's fine if we, even if we don't end up getting it, but it's worth a try to make sure that we do get the raider camp if possible. Alright, so let's see where these enemies are coming from. So they're right here coming, they're very close to our town, the raiders. Okay, cool. Looks like our the initial band of mercenaries that we got there, right here, they're very close by, so they should get here in time. So, looks like we'll be good to go here. No worries. Real quick, looks like we got the stone that we needed to upgrade the granary here, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's take a look. We should have these guys aggroed now, these bandits. They should be aggroing our mercenaries now at this point. Looks like they are. They're kind of lingering around our town for the moment, doing who knows what. But it's okay. They will be drawn out. I want to try to draw them away from the town because I don't want to have a bunch of dead bodies all over the town and drop our approval rating. But this should be fine. It should be no problem. So like I said, I want to try to draw them away from the town a little bit here. So we'll kind of keep backing up. I don't want to have a bunch of dead bodies all over the town and drop the approval rating. So we're just gonna move a little bit away here. These guys got engaged. See if we can keep moving. Okay, real quick, let's go ahead and check in over here. Looks like our archers did make it towards this bandit camp. Perfect. Not sure if they already killed the bandits that were over here or what, but looks like it's taken care of, so we're gonna get that the camp at the very least. Okay, we'll take that treasury. Alright, so we're done with these archers because we just wanted them for the bandit camp and we got that, so that's fine. Alright, so we just need to get these raiders taken care of here, which we drew them away from the town there. Alright, and raiders are taken care of now, they're done. Alright, so we'll get rid of those guys. That was easy defense there. We got more influence points and more treasury as well because we got that bandit camp also. So that was no problem. As you can see, we're more than ready for everything, at this point. We've got, more than enough treasury for military, with the mercenaries and all that kind of stuff, so it's no problem. Everything's coasting along here on the challenging settings. Okay, so how we doing on roof tiles? Looks like we're starting to stack up a bit more on the roof tiles. That's good. Like I said, we want to be selling those, so need as many as possible to start being produced. As you can see, our vegetable families are making a little bit of progress, but they will definitely need the level 3 upgrade to expand the housing and get the maximum amount of people living here before they can get all the work done. Alright, granary's upgraded. Perfect. Alright, so what we're also going to do here, thinking about our ale stocking over here. Once again, we're going to need more stone, so let's get that real quick. So we're going to put another granary right over here, right next to the tavern. That's going to stock the ale and, you know, barley or malt if we end up doing that production. That way it's not going to interfere with the central granary, which will be focused only on food. So once we get that second granary put over here, we'll adjust the advanced settings and make sure that each one is only accepting the correct items. Okay. Things are moving along well. We're in April again, so we do need to get the berries starting to produce here again. Get at least one person for now. But you want to hit it hard during the spring because they regrow during the spring. But we're focused on, you know, we have a lot of other tasks going on at the moment, so we don't have a ton of labor available. We're almost done on the stone that we need. Still getting families moving in, which is great. Definitely need to increase our population as much as possible at this point, because we have everything set up, so just need to keep growing. So like I said, we'll put that other granary right here. This one's not going to have market stall. This is only going to be for supplying the ale and malt or barley, if we do that, for the tavern and such over here. Okay, so these people are done at the stonecutter. We also need the forester hut. Again, we've got to constantly be replanting trees around here as they get cut down. Okay. And how are we doing on those roof tiles? Okay. Let's just ramp up on that if we're able to. Alright, so now we have this other granary here, so like I said, we're going to adjust the advanced settings. So this one will not accept food. It's only going to accept crafting materials and commodities of the ale. And we'll do the opposite over here. We're going to turn off all this other stuff. We can leave the herbs on, that's fine, because the forager hut's right here. But everything else will go to the other granary. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and think about getting that ale coming in here. Very soon we'll be doing that. Okay, roof tiles are ramping up now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add that to the trade. So establish trade route, export, and we do want to keep a surplus around because we will use these to upgrade to level 3 houses. So we'll keep like 40 around. We'll go ahead and add that to the export though. And let's upgrade this. More stable space, order another horse, and then we're going to get a second family working on the trading post there as well. Once we have a second horse. We'll ramp up even more economy. I'm going to put someone real quick on the hunting camp over here too. We need more hides for more leather. Let's get them to go through a cycle of that, get back down to the overstock amount over there. And let's take a look. Okay. Okay, I think our second horse is here, so we'll make sure it gets assigned here to the trading post. Perfect. Alright, so we'll get a second family here assigned to the trading post in just a sec, like I said. Looks like some vegetables are starting to come in as well. So we do need a few more highs. Those are coming in too. That's great. Okay, there's another family. They're going to go here on the trading post. So we'll really ramp up more economy now. And we're going to use that to get ale coming in. So if we can afford it, I think we're just going to go straight up to ale. We're not even going to bother with the production of, going barley to malt and all that. We're just going to straight up import ale. At least to start out. At least to start out. Excuse me, as the town grows, we might need to switch over to producing it ourselves, because it might just become too much to continually import it, but in the beginning, to at least get these 4 houses upgraded to level 3, we'll just import the ale, because we really need these guys to get the house upgraded so that they can have more people moving in, and then they can actually fully work all the field space and everything. Alright, let's go ahead and add the housing extensions to these ones over here that we plotted into, because we only have 1 extra area. 1 extra housing area available, so we'll add on that. Alright, so we're starting to make more sales there, you can see, so we're going to go ahead and get that set up here for the ale. Establish trade route, import, and let's just set a surplus of a reasonable amount. We'll just go for like a... a dozen for the moment. Okay, they did everything they needed to do over here at the hunting camp. We're going to move these guys to this granary in anticipation of them accepting the ale that's going to come in here from the trading post. Because when that ale gets imported here at the trading post, we want these guys at this granary to go grab it, and then it'll be available for the tavern right next door. Cutter. Okay, so we need someone. We're trying to find someone here who can work at this. We need someone to work at the tavern now, because we're going to get ale coming in. So we're going to need someone working the tavern. So we need another family to move in here. Okay, so we got that ale imported, so this guy's at the guys here at this granary should be going to get it. Looks like they... Hopefully they are, we'll see in a second. The ale is somewhere in our town. Okay, so we definitely need someone... Oh, let's take a look at our forester side. I'm sure that they are out of planting spots. We gotta move this. We need someone to work at that tavern. Rooftop production's going strong. Oh yeah, logging camp's full for now. Let's move these guys over to tavern. Alright, there we go. There we go. See, now, excellent. So now we have the need for the beer, as we can see. Now this granary that we set with the advanced settings, see, now they're going and getting that ale. And then it's right next door to the tavern here, and then they're going to have easy access to stocking this up. Next thing you know, boom. See, these houses are ready for upgrade to level 3, just like that. There we go. So we're going to get all of these upgraded here. And there we go. That's perfect. And at this point, as you can see, I mean, honestly, we have everything set. Like, we have economy, We're upgrading to level 3 houses. We have all the materials for that, from roof tiles to planks. We have plenty of food, everything, right? So at this point, as you can see, it's really just kind of about expanding the town and getting ready for more military stuff. At this point, is kind of what it transitions to. But within the first 3 years here, we've totally set up, majority of the infrastructure. And as we can see, the map is pretty much fully taken now by the Baron, which means he will be pressing claim on our region for his next move. But we're ready for that. So we can buy mercenary companies. We got plenty of coin. We could buy all of those mercenary companies if we needed to, right? So it's no problem. Okay, we're gonna upgrade an additional. Looks like we need 5 houses at level 2 or higher, so we'll upgrade this one as well for our next settlement level. And berries are done for the season, so we'll take this guy off of there. Okay. Alright, there we go. As we can see, look, all these are coming in level 3 now. So they have additional living space. Okay, let's turn up the amount of ale that we're bringing in real quick. Let's go up to like 20. Okay. Alright, we got a new settlement level. Honestly, at this point, like, there's nothing else that we really need, there would be some other things that could be good, it'd be apiaries could be cool to have, but that's another thing to, consider for labor and such. The forest management is really underwhelming. It's not really worth it at all. We don't have fishing, obviously. We could go into trapping and, down this route since we do have the hunting over there. We're not really using it that much, though, so they would, wouldn't really do much for us. We could go deep mining for the clay, and have endless clay, but, that's just like so far down the line that we don't even really need to think about that at the moment. We're not farming. We don't have any sheep. We could go into these ones for like the trade logistics, but we've already established most of the trade routes that we need, and we have plenty of coin if we need to open more. So, it's kind of not really a priority. As you can see, like really just having those first 2 development points for the orchards and the charcoal is the main priority to get done foremost. All right, real quick, we just moved into September again. So what we want to do is take a look here at our families that are living on the orchards again. So Forester, just going to reassign these guys if they're busy with other stuff. And we're going to take that guy off the trader. We're going to put a different trader on there. And yeah, firewood cutter. And the tile maker. It's going to have to be different families now at this point. Or we can, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal if those go unworked just for the month of September either. So, but we should have more families available. Let's see if we can find some of them. Miner. Here we go. Trader. Perfect. These guys can go woodcutter. Okay. So we'll see the apples coming in here again. We'll, this is the second harvest, so they're still not fully mature. As we can see, the trees are still quite small, but, we did get that process started early on, and, we'll easily get we're already past triple digits here again. Still have a bit of the month left, so we'll get a good amount here. As you can see, it's more than enough to supply that extra food variety option as your town ramps up, and then as we get more veggies coming in and such too, we're easily going to have reliably the full 3 food options here consistently available in large amounts for the entire town, over the course of the next year and onward. So, like I said, establishing all that stuff early on that's the key. Pardon me. So yeah, as you can see, we got up to almost 150 apples that time. So we're looking really good. We got plenty of food. I mean, as it says, we've got over a year worth of food. So it's no problem. Now these guys can be assigned to whichever other jobs again. Oh, someone was back on the clay furnace for a third one there, so we can keep up with that. Let's get someone on the tannery again, because we did stock up more hides there when we had someone working on the hunting temporarily. Okay, and then we can also, let's go ahead and get, if we can, it would be great to get more people assigned to our storage buildings. Let's get a second person on the granary here. And we will definitely want a second person on the storehouse as well. We don't want it to come from one of these people necessarily, but I think those are our unassigned families at the moment. 1, 2, 3. So there is an additional unassigned family somewhere, if we can find it. Yeah, maybe not. Well, we should get another. Just need to move someone around, I guess. I'm just gonna put them on it for now, and then we'll worry about rotating them later. Because ideally, we don't want it to be someone in the central area, because they will not reliably. We'll have to take them off of it. If it's an orchard worker, we'll have to take them off of that temporarily. But we'll worry about that later. But yeah, things are looking, like I said, very strong. Honestly, like I said, at this point, it's really just like we have everything we need for approval. Economy is totally strong. Food supply is totally strong. You know, we have all the resources that we need, like supply-wise, to be able to upgrade the houses. You know, everything is just coasting right along, to be honest. So, you know, at this point, hopefully, as you can see, I mean, it's really just continuing to expand the town. So, you know, we'll keep going through the playthrough here. Like I said, you know, kind of the goal is to get up to the large town, the max settlement level here, and just to show how, you know, reasonable and simple it can be to get to that, even on the challenging settings. But we'll also make sure to get to some combat here. The whole map is taken except for our region, for the Baron, so he will definitely be pressing claim on our regions very soon, I assume. So, you know, we'll want to show here as well that, you know, everything we have set up is also good enough to defend against the Baron as well. So, you know, we've got literally everything set here. All the way from food, to approval, to resources, to economy, to military. Everything is covered in this very simple setup that we have here, and this is all in the max challenging settings. So, once again, you know, I really hope that, you know, you guys are able to see how, you know, a lot of this worked and maybe apply some of this for yourselves. And you know, like I said, I have more detailed guides about a lot of this stuff here on my channel and whatnot that covers the specifics of a lot of these strategies and such that I'm using here. But yeah, we'll probably fast forward through some of this portion. As I said, like, honestly, we're just expanding the town really at this point. So much of the work is already done. So we'll probably just kind of fast forward through a lot of this up until the point of getting into some encounters with the Baron and whatnot. But yeah, and let's turn up. We can even, you know, import even more ale. And we can, like I said, we'll eventually probably switch over to producing the ale ourselves to have enough for the whole town. We'll need a bit more stone here for that. But we'll build a malt house somewhere over here, and then we'll have a little production set up for more ale. But we should be fine. I mean, as you can see, I mean, we've got plenty of regional wealth and treasury and everything, so you know we can continue to just import the ale as long as we're, you know, covering all of our demands, which currently we are. But as we add more level 3 houses, it, you know, it could exceed the demand. So but yeah, like I said, I'll probably just fast forward through this next portion here a little bit, as we're, you know, I'm pretty much just waiting on the town to expand, and waiting for the Baron to press claim on the region here. And then that's going to be the majority of the video. Whoops, not clay furnace. Malt house. Because we do not need to open another trade route if we want to import a bit of barley. So we can just put the barley on there. We'll upgrade these guys to a brewery. Okay, there we go. Now we have a brewery. And we've got malt house. We're going to assign someone here. We set to import barley. See, we just imported barley. So now we have our own production of ale as well. So we've got our brewery, our storage, and our malt house. And we're importing the barley. So that's nice and easy as well. We're going to also upgrade these guys to a bowyer's workshop. We might as well, you know, we've got planks and stuff. We can easily at least make bows and use some of our citizens for an archer militia at the very least. Might as well. Kind of no reason not to, you know. It's a very easy thing to produce and have a little extra military, just in case. So they're set up. We'll put them on bows, since we don't have iron currently for iron parts for crossbows or anything. Just make regular bows for the moment. Let's set a reserve on planks. Alright, so now we should be having plenty of ale, since we're importing straight up ale and we're importing barley and producing it ourselves, so we should be totally fine on that. And as you can see, we're also now starting to produce the warbows, so we can add a archer militia if we'd like. And we also have plenty of treasury. We can just max out our retinue real quick, no problem. We can still easily buy plenty of mercenaries. Go up to like 4% tax again. I mean, see, we've kept the taxes low the whole time as well. We can turn down the... Let's just turn down the ale importing, because we're now producing our own ale as well. And as you can see, the vegetable plots are starting to get more filled in, and we'll start to ramp up on vegetable production here now that we've got... See, like this housing area has all 4 families living on it now. And we can also get the rest of those families assigned as gravediggers also, to make sure that they focus on the farming of the vegetables, just like we did with the other families. But, you know, as you can see, we've got majority of things set here, and, you know, we're pretty much just coasting. Like I said, we'll probably just zoom through this next little portion until we get to an encounter with the Baron. Alright, so put these guys on here, and malt house worker. And our other level 3, they still need to get a couple more families to move in over here. They're still only at 2. We get someone else assigned to that malt house over here to replace the other person that we moved from this veggie plot. So they got a third family here in the other veggie housing. So we'll get them set as gravedigger over here as well. There we go. And we do need to be getting these berries here too. I mean, we're focused. We got a lot of other tasks going on currently. Let's halt on the planks maybe for the moment. We've had these people sitting on the tannery for a while too with nothing to do. We'll take them off the tannery and get these berries here real quick for the remainder of the spring season here as they're growing. But, I mean, as you can see, we've got plenty of food. We've got a ton of food around, and we're just going to keep getting more and more and more, so. Alright, so back to it now. So we just hit September. We had a couple things that just are happening right now. So we just hit September. So the orchard families will be gathering their third harvest of apples. So it should be going up a little bit here. But now we've reached the point where the Baron is pressing claim on our region. So we have to defend. So as you saw, I just upgraded the manor here with the additional garrison tower. So because we have plenty of treasury here, so we can go ahead and expand our retinue. There we go, we just double up on that. So we have a full retinue and a full archer militia here within our town. And then we'll go ahead and we have over 1,000 left over in treasury. So we're just going to buy literally all of these mercenaries. We're going to buy them all because we can, first of all. And why not have the extra military? But also because then the Baron cannot buy them. So we'll purchase them for ourselves, and we take those mercenaries off the market, and then now the Baron does not have access to purchasing them for himself. So that's twofold the reason why we purchase all of those mercenaries there. So we'll go ahead and rally up all of our troops here. And we got our mercenaries headed over here as well. So we'll just give them some time to get here, but obviously we'll need to resolve this claim on the battlefield and claim war with the Baron before this timer runs out. But we just want to make sure that our troops have a chance to get over here. And we'll wait to rally up our archer militia to the last moment so that they stay working in the town for the moment. As we can see, though, we got the apple harvester going on right now. Like I said, I mean, as you can see, our food production is just super strong, and it's just going to get even stronger once we get into year 4. I think it's probably before the next harvest in the next year, the apple trees will fully mature, and then you'll see it'll be huge harvest. You'll probably be getting at least 5 to 600 or more apples per harvest with this setup as it is like this, on top of, you know, a similar amount or more of berries and vegetables as well. Alright, so our timer's running low here. We're going to go ahead and rally up the last militia here, resolve claim on battlefield. And looks like pretty much most of our troops are here. These guys are a ways out, but it's okay. We do have majority of our troops here set up already, so that's good. Let's check out where's the battlefield location first of all. Oh, okay. Battlefield location, for whatever reason, is actually over here in this side region. I assume the Baron wants to fight over there, so then he'll get an advantage with his soldiers being within the home region for him. So we're going to move all of our troops over this way, obviously, towards the battlefield location. Got to make sure to fight within the battlefield location, otherwise it will not register a victory or loss. It can be quite buggy if you do not fight within the battlefield location. But this will actually work out for us, as these guys, maybe they need to change direction now, actually. Yeah, and come around this way instead. And let's put them on sprint. Maybe these guys will actually be able to make it now. Alright, so let's just zoom ahead to getting over to the battlefield location here. Just moving into position. Take a quick look and check in real quick. You can see the, you know, the... Oh, no, you guys are not supposed to be engaging with them. Move. I don't know why these guys want to engage over here. We need them to keep moving. Alright, so we're about where we need to be now. Alright, battle officially begins. Alright, so we'll let them finish up. Our town's fine. We're going to let them focus on what they're doing. The apple harvest will go down as well because we rallied up that militia of archers. And that could definitely be coming out of the workforce from our orchard workers there as well. So it's okay. That's just, you know, one of the drawbacks of using your own militia worker, or your own militia for battles instead of mercenaries. Takes them out of the work pool temporarily while they're out doing battle. Alright, so we're going to get things set up here positionally. We're going to get archers over here in the open area. And we're going to get melee units set up in front of that to cut them off. Alright, so this should be good. We're in the battlefield location. We're getting in position here. So we're going to get archers, like I said, set up along the... So we're going to get archers here, archers here. Good. Got more archers here. Okay, that's decent like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we got melee units to cover. And we're going to put our retinue kind of off to the side. Alright, so now we got things kind of in position, and the battle's getting really started now, so our archers will start their volleys. So these guys are going to be on defensive. All of our melee units, they're literally just to block off these enemies that are going to try to flank us. Use our retinue to get... These guys are running around the side here. We're going to chase them down with our retinue over here. Okay, we'll get these guys to cut these guys off, we're pushing in on our archers. We'll move them out of the way. Same thing here. Perfect. Alright, so let's have these guys shooting into their archers on that side. Perfect. We'll have these guys moving around. Gonna have these guys need to continue to chase these brigands on the side, and we'll keep kiting around with our own archers. We'll charge in with these guys over here. Into the backside of their army. That's perfect. And we're looking good, and our archers are decimating their archers currently. Our retinue is over here destroying their brigands. We've got even more of our archers ready to shoot into their archers, so... This is looking good right here. We've got all of their melee units contained in the middle here, and they're getting chewed through currently. And our archers are taking care of their archers. Yeah, you can see their archers now are starting, their numbers are dropping drastically now. They're getting pelted by 3 of our own archer units. Yeah, they're just dwindling. These archers are toast. Their brigands are just about done from our retinue that's over here. There we go. Their archers are completely done. They have literally 1 archer left. They're down to just their retinue. And their retinue is soon to be dead as well. Here it is. Good job, lads. Cool. That should be a victory here. Nice and easy. So that'll register in just a second. Well, there we go. And look, we've got 2 days before these contracts roll over, so we can go ahead and release all these people and we don't have to pay them again. And they'll just go back into the pool of mercenaries. Pardon me. And bring these guys back into our town over here. And yeah, as you can see, so I just wanted to make sure to show how, you know, obviously the setup and everything that we have here is also good enough for, you know, for the full-scale military encounter as well with the Baron. And then we can also note right here, look, this first set of apples that we set in right away, this one just fully matured here. So, as you can see, now we're getting, like I said, before this next year, you know, we'll easily have full harvest of apples that'll drastically go up. But it's still good enough right now. We're still maintaining 3 food sources year-round. And like I said, though, next year we'll get it probably 500 to 600 apples per harvest, maybe even more. And the vegetables are starting to really ramp up, and the berries were already really high. So we're looking really strong on all of those food options. I'll bring these guys back into our labor pool. We can replace... We only lost 1 retinue. Replace that 1 guy. We only lost 1 person from our militia as well, so... Very minimal losses, no problem. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure to show that, you know, this setup is not just good for, you know, having a cool looking town and, you know, having food and stuff, but you can also, I mean, it's good, it's for everything. And this, once again, we're in the challenging settings here. We've got economy, military, food, approval rating. I mean, everything is taken care of, and we've had a very simplistic approach to everything the entire time. So, once again, I'm probably just going to fast forward through this next little portion here, as all I'm going to be doing is adding more housing, upgrading housing, and basically that's all that's going to happen to get to the maximum settlement level here. Everything is done other than that. And we'll hit that max settlement level, and then we'll take a look at what the harvest amounts look like in the next year in the upcoming autumn window, and see what it looks like with the full harvest, with the mature trees and the fully established vegetable plots and everything set in here. And that's going to be it for this video. So we'll go ahead and zoom through the next little portion here. As I said, just going to add housing, upgrade housing, and get ready for the next harvest window. And then you can see how everything comes together very easily within the first 5 years. To cover literally everything that you need to have for a successful town here in Manor Lords, even on the challenging settings. Alright, so looks like we've got some raiders coming here. We can obviously very quickly and easily take care of these, no problem. All we gotta do is just swoop up quick mercenaries. Okay, so let's see where... They're coming like from this way. Looks like they're headed for this bridge over here. Maybe we can intersect them at this bridge before they get here. Or maybe we can get them from the other side of the bridge even if we go this way. If we put them on sprint, let's see if we can make that happen. But as you can see, it was just upgrading houses, adding more houses, you know. Like I said, we're literally just cruising all the way to the max settlement level here, just adding more population, more houses, upgrading the houses, etc. Upgraded the tavern, continuing to get more food coming in, etc., etc. So... Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, perfect. Looks like we're getting here pretty much just in time to intercept these raiders. Okay. Could actually use this pond to our advantage here and just move these guys on the other side of the pond, the archers. And they can shoot into the backside of them from over here, protected by the pond. No problem. Yeah, I mean, really just want to use the melee guys to soak up the damage on defensive, and the archers shoot into the backside of them, and they just do a ton of damage, so... There we go, nice and easy, taking care of that. No problem. Alright, back to, just, you know, back to this here. Just expanding the town and getting ready to show you guys getting to the max settlement level and the next harvest with the full mature trees and everything, so... Alright, so back to it here real quick. We're about to transition into September here of the 5th year. Both of our orchards here are fully matured and everything is very well established. So we'll take a look here and you can get a get a view for yourself on the production levels here with the food and everything now fully established as we are in the 5th year here. And you can see how strong everything is with the setup that we set up initially here from square one on when we got the region right off the bat. So just leave this open for you to see here as our orchard workers do their tasks here. You can see that they're just, I put them all as grave diggers here for this month because we've got plenty of families now in the town. We've got more, you know, we don't need them to work anything else really anyways at this point, so I just put them on grave diggers now, so they'll just focus for this month only on harvesting these apples during September, and we should see this supply really, this should just skyrocket now at this point. So we can see they're all just focused on their gathering task here in between their two buildings. And we're going to get a ton of food here now. It's going to be a crazy amount of food that we have. So, just wanted to show this here before we wrap up the video. And then we'll upgrade the remainder of our housing and everything. And we'll reach that max settlement level. And then you guys can see for yourselves how great all of these strategies work. And how simple and feasible everything can be if you approach it the right way. So we're gonna get housing upgrades coming in here. I mean, now we've got everything covered. Literally all we have to do from this point is upgrade the houses, and we'll reach that max settlement level. As you can see, we've got everything covered. We could easily go on from here and just press claim on all the Barons regions one by one. You know, take him down. We're ready for him to attack us. We can defend. We can attack. We've got resources to continue to expand the town, move into a new region if we wanted to expand into a second region. You know, pretty much everything is open at this point as an option. So as you saw, remember earlier I recommended, I estimated about 500 to 600 apples that you'd get once these two lots here fully mature. And we just passed 500, heading towards 600. So you can see those estimates were pretty much accurate. Keep the housing upgrades coming in. So we're almost to 600 now. We'll probably get a little over 600 before the month ends here. There we go. So we got just about 600 apples there in that harvest window. So you can see the power of that. I mean, look at our food supplies now are crazy. I mean, it says we have 18 months supply of food, and our town is just expanding exponentially at this point as well. Take them off Corpse Pit now because it's not September anymore, so they can do whatever else. Join in on building activities, for example. Because that's literally all we're doing now. Just getting these houses upgraded, and that'll push us up all the way to the max settlement level. Then you guys can see everything for yourself. And hopefully, you know, hopefully got some use out of this. And yeah, I think honestly, as we have the last few houses coming in here, I think once these finish their upgrades, I think that'll be it. We'll reach the max settlement level right here. So here it comes. They're finishing up these last houses here. And I just want to reiterate, I mean, we're in year 5. This is all easily within year 5. Could have gone, you know, even quicker on some things, but, you know, like I said, I wanted to keep everything very practical and simple here, so it's easy to follow and replicate if you want to use any of these strategies or tactics or town setup or approaches for yourself. You know, you can see how well it all works. So yeah, these last 3 houses are going to finish getting built here, and we're going to reach that max settlement level. It's about to finish up right here, and that'll be it for the video. We'll take a final look at our town here and everything, and take in the aesthetics real quick. But yeah, that's about it for the video. Once again, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you got something out of this, and hope you can see how all these strategies work and how everything works here. And hope you can, get something out of this for yourself. hopefully it was helpful for you in some way. If you have any questions or anything, leave that in the comments as well. And here we go. Alright guys, there you see it. Large town, maximum settlement level reached. You can see here. So yeah, we've easily, you can see, we've got nearly 20 months supply of food. We've got plenty of fuel. We're just constantly selling charcoal, so our fuel supplies are never going to be like that high, but we have obviously more than enough. All this stuff is just, everything is operating very smoothly and efficiently. Yeah. So you can see, our treasury right here, we have almost 3,000 regional wealth and treasury wealth. We've been easily importing barley. We've got plenty of ale, plenty of clothing. Approval is above 80% still, even at the max settlement level. It just went down to 70% rolling into the new month there, but it'll go back up again after it went down a little bit from taxation and whatnot. But yeah, you can see everything is completely strong. We've got, 17 available living spaces now, so more people will keep moving in. Yeah, everything, it's just, very strong, guys. Once again, hopefully you got something from this and you can see how all these strategies work. But yeah, I think everything, and it's not too bad aesthetic wise either, to be honest. I think it looks pretty good too. It's not an ugly town just like for the sake of making it functional and everything. I think it still looks nice and whatnot. So I think it's a win all around. So thanks again, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. This is literally December of the 5th year, so we're gonna wrap up the video here within the 5th year. Like we said, that was the goal. So everything has been achieved here within the timeline, all of our goals, everything here. And like I said, once again, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post that in the comments below. And I try to be very active with replying to stuff like that, so feel free to holler. And thanks again, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Check out more here on my channel. I've got plenty of Manor Lords guides, and like I said, I used a lot of the strategies that were in, that I used here in this playthrough are posted here, guides on my channel and stuff. So you can see all of that put to use, and then you can get more reference further here on my channel and check out more. So thanks again, guys. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.